Did you know? There's a creature that can swim non-stop for over 20 years, just to breathe. That's the tuna, the immortal engine of the ocean. But the real marvel lies not only in its mastery of the seas. Tuna is also a vital link in the global industrial chain. From the vast ocean, crossing thousands of nautical miles, tuna relentlessly battles the waves to reach some of the most advanced, fully automated processing plants in the world. There, it transforms into canned tuna, a true nutritional treasure, carefully sealed in a tin, delivering valuable energy to millions of people around the globe. Today, join Agriculture Insight as we explore the world's most cutting-edge tuna canning factories and uncover the secrets behind this vibrant global industry. If Thailand is the tuna processing factory of the world, with about 30% of the global export market share, then the United States is the consumption giant, with an ever-growing demand for imported tuna. Every year, the U.S. spends billions of dollars importing tuna to supply a dynamic and rapidly expanding consumer market. Though tuna may appear gentle, it is actually the jet fighter of the ocean, capable of reaching speeds up to 75 kilometers per hour, faster than a car driving through city streets. Not just a fish, tunas are underwater speed racers, challenging every fishing gear with their sharp, agile turns. It may sound unbelievable, but every time you open a can of tuna, you also face the risk of mercury exposure. Surprisingly, this powerful rocket-fast fish can accumulate heavy metals through the food chain. Therefore, eating tuna too frequently may cause mercury levels to exceed safe limits. Tuna fishing mainly takes place during the peak season from May to September, when tuna populations reach their optimal levels. Major fishing grounds span across tropical and temperate waters of the Pacific, Atlantic, and Indian Oceans, where tuna migrate along ocean currents in search of abundant food sources. Common fishing methods include purse seine nets, hand lines, and specialized fishing vessels, each suited to different tuna species and scales of operation. Purse seine nets are the most popular and efficient method for harvesting skipjack tuna in the canning industry, due to their ability to encircle entire schools of fish and capture large quantities in a short time. Once a school is detected, usually via sonar or seabird activity, the vessel deploys the net in a cylindrical shape around the school, then tightens a bottom rope, purse line, to close the net, preventing the fish from escaping and maximizing catch efficiency. Some fishing vessels even use helicopters to locate tuna schools, allowing for more accurate positioning and significantly reducing search time at sea. As powerful predators, tuna are constantly on the move, following ocean currents in search of small fish, squid, and crustaceans. This behavior directly impacts fishing strategies, requiring fishermen to monitor migration patterns and adjust their harvesting methods according to the season and specific marine regions. Once brought ashore, the tuna undergoes preliminary processing and is quickly chilled to preserve its freshness and maintain the quality of the meat. Transportation to the processing plant must occur as quickly as possible to prevent any decline in quality. From the distant oceans, the tuna is transported in large refrigerated trucks to modern processing facilities. There, it is stored in cold warehouses at temperatures ranging from -18 degrees Celsius to -25 degrees Celsius for a maximum of 3 months, ensuring optimal freshness, all in preparation for the next remarkable stage of its journey. At the processing plant, frozen tuna can be processed directly without the need for thawing. The fish is fed into industrial cutting machines with a capacity of up to 1 ton per hour. These machines are capable of handling tuna at temperatures ranging from -20 degrees Celsius to -40 degrees Celsius, using ultra-hard blades made from special alloys or coated with synthetic diamond to ensure clean cuts without cracking the flesh. Cutting the tuna while still frozen helps preserve the ideal meat structure, preventing it from becoming mushy, dehydrated, or discolored. Most importantly, skipping the thawing process can reduce the risk of microbial contamination by up to 80% compared to processing fresh or previously thawed fish. For larger tuna species such as yellowfin and big-eye tuna, the processing steps differ from those used for skipjack tuna. These large fish can exceed 1.5 meters in length and weigh hundreds of kilograms, requiring specialized knives for handling. To ensure the highest meat quality and minimize errors, every step is carried out manually by skilled artisans. This work demands exceptional precision and finesse, making it one of the most technically demanding roles in the industry. Veteran artisans can earn salaries of up to $200,000 per year. Due to their high economic value, these premium tuna are typically kept fresh and delivered to major retailers, supermarkets, and renowned restaurants, where they are consumed on the same day to preserve their optimal flavor. The highest grade portions are processed into whole tuna fillets, while the remaining cuts are used for chunk or flake products, suitable for various types of canned tuna offerings. After being processed and cleaned, the whole tuna are transferred into giant steam cookers for the cooking phase. To handle tons of fish at once, factories are equipped with modern machinery that integrates precise temperature control systems with the steamers, ensuring the tuna retains its rich flavor. This process not only tenderizes the meat but also prepares it perfectly for the next stage, meat separation, helping preserve the tuna's signature taste and preventing it from drying out. Once steamed to perfection, the tuna is transferred to the manual filleting area, where skilled workers meticulously separate the meat with near-perfect precision. At this stage, workers carefully remove bones, skin, and any substandard parts, preserving only the finest portions for delicious canned tuna. During the filleting process, workers typically use their bare hands or thin gloves to separate the meat from the bones, avoiding thick protective gloves to maintain dexterity and tactile sensitivity. However, this exposes them to the risk of painful punctures from sharp bones and potential infections if not treated promptly. To ensure hygiene, each worker must thoroughly sanitize and wash their hands before beginning the deboning process. After being carefully sorted, the tuna meat, whether in large chunks or smaller flakes, is transferred to the canning area, where every step is performed under strict supervision to ensure food safety and product consistency. For large, intact pieces of tuna that meet the required standards in shape and size, the canning process demands greater precision and attention to detail. Instead of relying solely on automation, workers are directly involved in manually arranging the fish. Each piece is meticulously selected and placed into the can in a specific orientation, ensuring that the tuna sits neatly, uniformly, and attractively. This not only guarantees accurate weight, but also provides a visually appealing presentation when the can is opened, a crucial factor for mid to high-end products where the visual experience is just as important as the taste. For tuna meat that has been flaked or broken into small pieces, many factories still choose to carry out the canning process with direct assistance from workers, particularly in facilities that focus on visual quality and product consistency. After initial processing, the tuna is placed into large trays and kept at an appropriate temperature to maintain its flake texture and optimal moisture. At this stage, workers manually portion the tuna into tin cans. Each worker is thoroughly trained to ensure accurate weight measurements, while also arranging the tuna evenly and neatly within each can. Although this method is slower than a fully automated production line, the flexibility and manual control allow for greater accuracy in small batches or high-quality product lines. Workers can also easily detect and remove foreign objects, impurities, or substandard pieces of tuna during the process, something that machines cannot always identify with complete precision. In some factories, tuna meat is pre-formed into uniform blocks before being canned. This step creates consistent shapes and weights, helping the tuna fit neatly in the can and enhancing its overall presentation when opened. Once the tuna meat has been placed into the cans, the next step is to add the liquid, usually vegetable oil, brine, or a special sauce, depending on the product line and the taste preferences of the target market. This liquid plays a crucial role in preserving the fish, helping to prevent oxidation, maintain moisture, and extend shelf life. At the same time, it contributes to the unique and distinctive flavor of each canned tuna variety. Depending on the recipe and product segment, the amount of liquid added is carefully adjusted to achieve the perfect balance. After the tuna meat and preserving liquid have been fully filled into the tin can, the next step is sealing the can with a lid. The tin lid is precisely placed onto the can's opening by an automated system. Then, the can moves to the seaming machine, an automatic sealing device, where the lid and the can body are tightly pressed together using a technique called seaming. This process folds and crimps the lid's edge around the can's rim, creating an airtight seal that prevents air, bacteria, or any contaminants from entering the can. This operation is extremely precise and fast, with speeds reaching up to thousands of cans per hour. The seaming machine is equipped with advanced sensors to ensure every can is perfectly sealed. If any defects occur, such as a loose lid, uneven seam, or insufficient sealing pressure, the affected can is automatically removed from the production line to prevent any risks to food safety. The tuna cans are then slid into steel cages and transferred into a high-pressure steam sterilization system, where they are processed at a temperature of 121 degrees Celsius for approximately 60 to 90 minutes. This step is crucial for eliminating bacteria, mold, and spoilage-causing enzymes. After sterilization, the cans are rapidly cooled using either a cold water system or air cooling to bring down the temperature efficiently. This step prevents overcooking, preserves the texture and flavor of the tuna, and ensures the structural integrity of the cans. The story doesn't end once the tuna cans have finished their bath in the sterilization system. On the contrary, they immediately return to the production line to enter the final stage, packaging and preparing for shipment to the market. At this stage, each can is neatly arranged and grouped according to a predetermined quantity. Then, a carton paper sleeve, fully printed with product information and branding and pre-cut to the appropriate size, is carefully folded around the group of cans. This packaging not only keeps the cans securely in place to prevent shifting during transportation, but also creates a sturdy outer layer of protection. This type of packaging not only saves space and makes shelf display more convenient, but also enhances the product's aesthetic appeal and brand recognition. The next step is to use shrink wrap to tightly seal each small pack. The shrink wrap is carefully and evenly wrapped around each pack, forming a thin, transparent, and flexible layer that snugly fits the products. After the packs of cans are securely wrapped with shrink film, the next step is strapping to firmly bind the packs together, creating a stable load. Then, product barcodes are applied directly onto the packaging or shrink wrap, ensuring easy identification and facilitating inventory control and management during storage and transportation to the market. Afterwards, the packs are neatly stacked into large bundles on pallets, facilitating easy transportation and storage. Then, shrink wrap is tightly wound around each pallet load, creating a transparent protective layer that secures the products, prevents dust and moisture, and enhances durability against impacts. The combination of folded carton packaging and shrink wrap ensures the products are both safe and visually appealing when they reach consumers. And that's the perfect journey from fresh tuna to neatly packed cans ready to reach you. A commitment to quality and freshness in every product. More than just a quick bite, the hamburger has become a global icon of modern life. No visa required, yet it shows up proudly in every country on the map. In the US, not only the birthplace of the burger, it's also the main stage where burger giants rose to fame. Among them, McDonald's, the golden giant, has sold over 300 billion hamburgers since its founding. Behind every perfectly crafted burger is an army of high-tech machines running around the clock. Automated production lines handle every detail with precision, fine-tuned to near perfection. Don't be fooled by its simple appearance. The bun is the gateway that determines just how delicious a burger can be. The journey begins in massive mixers, where flour, yeast, water, sugar, salt, butter, and eggs come together. The paddles spin in rhythm, slow to blend the ingredients, fast to awaken the gluten, the secret behind a perfectly elastic crust. The dough is kneaded and stretched like a workout routine until smooth and ready for fermentation. The moment it begins to breathe and rise, promising a flavorful experience ahead. After mixing, the dough is placed in large trays and moved to a proofing chamber. The system automatically maintains 30 to 35 degrees Celsius and 70% humidity, creating ideal conditions for the yeast. After 1 to 2 hours, the dough rises evenly, reaching the perfect, airy texture for the buns. After the fermentation process is complete, the dough is transferred to an automatic cutter, which divides it into equal portions with high precision. These portions are then moved to a rounding machine that shapes them into smooth, uniform balls, ensuring consistent texture without large air pockets. Next, the dough balls are placed into specialized molding trays, each designed to create evenly shaped bun bases and domes. A thin layer of water is gently sprayed onto the surface to retain moisture and prepare for the seeding stage. Finally, an automatic seeding machine delicately sprinkles seeds onto each dough ball, enhancing the flavor and giving the buns their signature burger look. The fully shaped dough balls continue their journey through a modern conveyor oven, where the temperature is precisely controlled by smart sensors and convection technology. Within 10 to 15 minutes, at a steady 200 degrees Celsius, the buns gradually turn golden brown, releasing an irresistible aroma. The crust becomes lightly crisp, while the inside stays soft and airy, fluffy like clouds. Immediately afterward, the buns pass through a high-pressure cooling chamber, where powerful fans blow from multiple directions. This essential step locks in the perfect texture, crisp on the outside, tender on the inside, ready to become the foundation of a flawless burger. Once cooled, the buns are neatly sliced in half by an automatic cutter, ready for the packaging stage. The bun halves are placed on a conveyor belt, arranged precisely, and sealed using an airtight packaging system, preserving freshness and flavor at their best until they reach the consumer. The meat filling, the essential heart of the burger, undergoes a closed process that begins with the careful selection of ingredients. Fresh beef cuts are rigorously inspected before being sliced to the perfect size, ready for the next step. Each slice of meat then gently moves along the conveyor belt into the hopper of a high-capacity meat grinder. Inside, a series of sharp steel blades spin at high speeds, grinding the meat into a smooth, even mixture with the ideal texture for creating the perfect patty. Once the meat mixture reaches the ideal smoothness and is evenly seasoned, it is transferred to the patty forming machine. This highly precise machine shapes each portion of meat into a perfectly round patty with consistent thickness and texture. Inside, a pneumatic system presses each portion with just the right amount of force, creating firm, compact patties that won't crack or fall apart during cooking. But it doesn't stop there. The machine is also equipped with ultra-sensitive weight sensors to ensure that every patty has the exact same size and weight, as if cast from a mold. This guarantees uniformity across the entire batch, an essential requirement in large-scale industrial production. Right after being formed, the patties enter a rapid chilling stage, where powerful cold air is blown directly onto their surface, quickly bringing down the temperature in a flash. This cooling process not only preserves freshness, but also helps maintain the patty's perfect structure. Once they reach the ideal state, these patties are ready to be combined with other ingredients to create a well-balanced, perfectly crafted hamburger, flawless from the inside out. In the cheddar cheese production plant, where this rich, creamy ingredient becomes the signature topping of a burger, fresh cow's milk is first pasteurized, then fermented and coagulated into curds. These curds are cut, cooked, and stirred to separate the whey, followed by the cheddaring process, stacking, pressing, and flipping repeatedly to achieve the desired elasticity and texture. After being salted, the cheese is molded and aged under controlled temperature and timing. Once it reaches peak maturity, it's precisely sliced into thin, uniform pieces, perfectly sized to melt over a hot patty. Finally, each slice of cheddar is packaged, labeled, and shipped out, ready to melt into crispy, savory burgers that awaken every sense. When a burger needs a surprising kick, pickles deliver that crisp, tangy punch that awakens every flavor. The cucumbers are thoroughly washed, then either sliced or left whole depending on the type, before being soaked in a brine of vinegar, salt, sugar, and spices like dill, garlic, and black pepper. This mixture is pumped into large stainless steel vats, where fermentation or pickling takes place over several days to weeks, depending on the desired flavor profile. Once the pickles reach their ideal crunch and bright acidity, they move on to the packaging line, either jarred or vacuum sealed, ready to pair with rich cheddar cheese in a mesmerizing burger combination. Creamy, savory, and cut through with that sharp, juicy bite, a symphony of flavors no one can resist. When a burger needs a burst of color and flavor, carefully selected ripe red tomatoes take the spotlight. After being thoroughly washed and having their stems removed, each tomato is sliced into thick, even rounds, preserving their juicy, crisp texture. These vibrant red slices don't just enhance the burger's visual appeal, they also add a naturally sweet and tangy flavor that balances the richness of the meat and cheese. The fresh acidity of the tomato brightens every bite, making the burger not only complete, but truly unforgettable. The burger gets a fresh boost from crisp green lettuce. Carefully selected, it's washed, soaked in salt water, and drained. Only the tender, crunchy leaves are kept and neatly layered to create a perfect base that balances the burger's flavor. Next, the onions are carefully prepared. Fresh, high-quality onions are peeled, cleaned, and then sliced into thin, even rings. These thin, glossy onion slices are an essential element, adding a mild, crisp spiciness and enhancing the overall blend of flavors in the burger. Once all the ingredients are carefully prepared, the perfect burger begins to take shape, each layer stacked with precision. It starts with a slice of golden toasted bun spread with a layer of special sauce. Next come the toppings: a crisp layer of fresh lettuce, juicy slices of ripe tomato, a perfectly grilled beef patty, melted cheddar cheese, and finally, thinly sliced onions to enhance the flavor. Everything is wrapped between soft burger buns, forming a complete and satisfying burger, often served with crispy fries, a cold soda, or a fresh salad to round out the meal. Have you ever wondered why French fries are the perfect companion to every burger? Let's explore not only the fantastic combination between them, but also the process of making French fries, an essential part of American fast food culture. First, the potatoes are placed into a primary washing tank, where strong water jets dislodge most of the dirt, sand, and debris clinging to the surface. Next, the potatoes move into a high-pressure spray system for more thorough cleaning. In this stage, water nozzles are positioned at various angles to ensure each potato is cleaned evenly, including hard-to-reach crevices. Finally, the potatoes are rinsed with clean water before moving on to the peeling and cutting stages. Throughout the washing process, the water is typically filtered and recirculated to conserve resources and prevent any contaminants from reattaching to the potatoes. Effective washing not only removes surface impurities, but also reduces the risk of bacterial contamination, improving the overall quality and safety of the final fried potato products. After being thoroughly washed, the potatoes move on to the peeling and cutting stage, an essential step to create uniform shapes and prepare them for efficient frying. Depending on the type of product, the potatoes are peeled either using abrasive rollers or automatic blades. The abrasive method involves a rotating drum with a rough surface that gently scrapes off the outer skin, while the blade method uses automated knives to peel quickly and precisely, ideal for larger potatoes or when maintaining a specific shape is important. Some factories may skip the peeling step entirely if the product is designed to retain the skin for added natural flavor and crispiness. Once peeled, the potatoes are fed into industrial cutting machines equipped with sharp blades that slice them into specific shapes, such as long fries, thin slices, or crinkle cuts, depending on product design. These machines are calibrated to ensure every piece has a consistent size and shape, allowing for even and efficient frying. Next, the potatoes are passed through a blanching system using hot water or steam at temperatures ranging from 80 to 85 degrees for about 2 to 5 minutes, depending on the thickness of the potato pieces. This blanching stage not only gently softens the potatoes, but also inactivates enzymes that could cause changes in color and flavor during storage. Additionally, it enhances the structural integrity of the potatoes, helping them maintain their shape during frying. After blanching and cooling, the potatoes move on to the pre-frying stage, a crucial step that sets the foundation for the crispiness and distinctive color of the fries. In this process, the potatoes are placed into an industrial fryer filled with hot vegetable oil at temperatures ranging from 170 to 180 degrees Celsius for approximately 30 to 90 seconds. The goal is to create a thin outer crust to maintain the structure and reduce oil absorption during subsequent frying, while keeping the inside soft. The frying system is tightly controlled for temperature and time to ensure uniform color, prevent burning, and achieve consistent flavor. After pre-frying, the potatoes are quickly cooled using cold air or water to stop the cooking process. Then, they are rapidly frozen to freeze each piece separately, preventing them from sticking together while preserving their texture, flavor, and extending shelf life. Once the potatoes are frozen, they will be packaged in specialized packaging to protect their quality, with clear product information and expiration dates. Following packaging, the potatoes will be stored in a cold storage facility until distribution, ensuring that their crispiness and quality are maintained when delivered to fast food chains. After being packaged and delivered to fast food restaurants, the fries are then refried in hot oil, creating a perfectly crispy outer layer and a fresh, delicious flavor when served. From the meticulous process of preparing the fries to the special recipe of each burger, the harmony between them is not just a meal, but an unforgettable culinary experience. When you indulge, you not only savor the perfection of each crispy fry, but also immerse yourself in the rich flavors of the burger, creating an inseparable combination. The first and most critical step in mushroom farming is preparing the growing medium. American farmers approach this process with great care. They start with simple, natural ingredients like straw, hay, chicken manure, and a touch of gypsum or lime to balance the pH levels. The straw and hay are soaked in water to soften them, making it easier for microorganisms to break them down. Once softened, everything is thoroughly mixed with chicken manure, which serves as the primary source of nitrogen. This nutrient-rich blend is then transferred into large composting chambers, setting the foundation for successful mushroom cultivation. Inside the composting chamber, microorganisms break down the mixture, transforming it into a nutrient-rich growing medium. This process requires careful monitoring and strict control of temperature, humidity, and airflow to ensure optimal conditions for decomposition. The result is a clean, nutrient-rich growing medium, perfectly ready for mushroom cultivation. This medium is transported to the growing area using modern conveyor systems and evenly spread onto trays or racks by automated machinery to ensure consistency. While the process might seem straightforward, every step must be executed with precision, as even a small error can affect the quality of the entire mushroom crop. Typically, mushrooms take about 2 to 3 weeks to fully develop after being inoculated. During this time, they are carefully nurtured in a strictly controlled environment with precise regulation of temperature, humidity, and oxygen levels. Once the mushroom caps reach their ideal size, ranging from 2 to 5 centimeters to 12 centimeters in diameter, depending on the variety, they are ready to be harvested. The mushroom harvesting process is a critical step that combines modern technology, precise techniques, and the skilled hands of workers. Depending on the scale of production and the type of mushrooms being cultivated, farms may use different methods, but they all share the same goal: harvesting quickly and ensuring the highest quality for each mushroom. In large-scale farms that produce millions of mushrooms each year, machine harvesting is the most common method. Specialized mushroom cutting machines with sharp blades are designed to trim the stems precisely at the base, ensuring the caps and stems remain intact and undamaged. The harvested mushrooms then drop directly onto a moving conveyor belt positioned below. The conveyor belt transports the mushrooms to an automated sorting area where advanced sensors evaluate each mushroom's size, shape, and quality. Mushrooms that meet the standards are directed to the packaging area, while those that don't are removed. This method not only boosts efficiency and productivity, but also minimizes errors and saves time compared to manual harvesting. Some advanced farms have adopted robotic technology for mushroom harvesting. These robots are programmed with high precision, using flexible robotic arms to gently lift each mushroom from the growing medium without damaging the caps or stems. After harvesting, the robots automatically trim the roots and place the mushrooms into storage trays. Thanks to intelligent recognition technology, the robots can sort the mushrooms on the spot based on their size, shape, and quality. This method not only ensures consistency, but also significantly reduces the time and labor required for post-harvest processing. The robots can work continuously, boosting productivity while ensuring that every mushroom meets the highest quality standards. Even with advancements in modern technology, manual harvesting remains the preferred choice for many farms, especially for delicate mushroom varieties. Workers use specialized cutting tools to carefully pick each mushroom from the growing medium. Mushrooms are sorted immediately during the harvesting process, then placed into trays for packaging preparation. This method is particularly effective for small farms or when producing premium mushroom varieties. Some farms, however, opt to place harvested mushrooms directly onto conveyor belts that transport them to sorting and packaging areas. This approach streamlines the transportation process, ensuring that mushrooms stay fresh and maintain their quality by the time they reach consumers. One of the greatest advantages of hand harvesting is the ability to ensure consistent quality. Each mushroom is individually inspected during the picking process, allowing workers to discard any that show signs of blemishes, pests, or overripeness. This level of care ensures that only the best mushrooms make it to market, meeting the high standards expected by consumers. Hand harvesting also allows farmers to adapt to the specific needs of different mushroom varieties. For instance, delicate types like oyster mushrooms require extra care to avoid breaking their thin caps, while sturdier mushrooms like shiitakes can be handled more confidently. This versatility makes hand harvesting an essential practice, especially for specialty mushrooms often sold at premium prices. Despite its many benefits, hand harvesting is a labor-intensive process. It requires a skilled workforce, and the work can be physically demanding, as pickers often spend long hours bending over growing trays or logs. However, the result is well worth the effort. The precision and care of hand harvesting ensure that mushrooms arrive fresh, intact, and visually appealing, ready to be enjoyed in kitchens around the world. In a world increasingly dominated by automation, the tradition of hand harvesting mushrooms remains a testament to the value of human touch in agriculture. This artisanal approach not only preserves the quality of the product, but also highlights the dedication and expertise of the workers behind every basket of mushrooms. After harvesting, mushrooms are transported to the sorting and quality inspection area. Mushrooms that meet the standards are processed on automated packaging lines. Here, they are weighed and neatly packed into boxes with the correct size and quantity. Each box is then labeled with all the necessary information, such as product name, production date, expiration date, and stored in cold storage to maintain freshness. For canned mushroom products, the mushrooms are sliced, thoroughly washed, sterilized, and packed into cans or glass jars. This process not only preserves their freshness, but also extends the shelf life of the product, ensuring quality and convenience for consumers. Mushrooms are not just a staple ingredient in everyday meals, but also hold significant economic and cultural value for Americans. With an annual production of hundreds of millions of pounds, the mushroom industry contributes billions of dollars to the national economy and creates thousands of jobs across farms, processing plants, and distribution networks. In American cuisine, mushrooms play a vital role, appearing in everything from salads and pizzas to nutrient-rich vegetarian dishes, valued for their versatility and high nutritional content. Beyond food, mushrooms are also used in medical research and biotechnology applications, contributing to sustainable development and environmental protection. And there we have it, our journey together, exploring the path from organic substrate farms to the harvest and processing of hundreds of millions of pounds of fresh mushrooms each year. Behind these humble mushrooms lies the dedication, skill, and hard work of farmers, combined with the power of modern technology. Thank you for taking the time to join me on this fascinating journey. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel to continue exploring more amazing stories in the world of agriculture. Harvesting pecans is a complex journey that requires a perfect combination of traditional farming techniques and modern technology. When the harvest season begins, typically from October to November, farmers and large farms enter the busiest time of the year. This is when each pecan reaches its perfect ripeness, with the green outer shell starting to crack open, revealing the hard nut inside, a clear sign that they are ready to be harvested. However, to get these high-quality pecans from the tree to the ground and eventually to the processing plant, a series of carefully executed harvesting steps are needed, supported by a range of advanced equipment. The process begins with the use of tree shaker machines, an essential tool in any modern pecan farm. Tree shakers work by generating strong but controlled vibrations, allowing the ripe pecans to fall to the ground without causing damage to the tree trunk or roots. The machine is equipped with a hydraulic clamp that securely grips the tree trunk at waist height. When activated, the clamp shakes the tree for a few seconds at a high frequency, enough to make the nuts fall without breaking branches. For large trees or towering ones that can reach up to 100 feet, farms often use larger versions of tree shakers with powerful engines and the ability to reach thick trunks. This type of machine not only improves harvesting efficiency, but also protects the long-term health of the trees, ensuring they continue to produce high yields in future seasons. After the pecans fall to the ground, the next step is to gather them into rows for further processing. This is the job of the nut sweepers and row gatherers. These machines are usually attached to a tractor and feature rotating brushes or powerful fans. As the machine moves along the rows of trees, it sweeps the ground, collecting all the pecans, dry leaves, and small branches into a long row. Some modern versions even include an air-blowing system to push light debris out of the way, keeping the pecan rows as neat as possible. This not only speeds up the harvesting process, but also reduces the amount of waste that needs to be dealt with in the later stages. Next, the pecan harvester takes on the task of collecting the nuts from the ground. This machine is equipped with advanced technology to handle the nuts gently and efficiently. The harvester is designed with rotating conveyor belts that pick up the nuts from the ground and carry them to a large container mounted on the back of the machine. During this process, a powerful fan system is integrated to remove dirt and light debris like dust and sand, ensuring that only the pecans and heavier shell pieces are kept. Once the container is full, the pecans are transferred to a specialized truck for transport to the processing plant. Transportation from the orchard to the processing plant is also a crucial step in the harvesting process. Specialized trucks are designed to protect the pecans from damage caused by weather or environmental factors during transit. The transportation time is also optimized to ensure that the nuts arrive at the processing plant fresh and in good condition. The use of modern machinery in pecan harvesting has revolutionized the agriculture industry. Equipment like tree shakers and harvesters help save time, handling thousands of trees each day, while ensuring that the nuts are collected gently, minimizing losses and preserving their nutritional value. Machinery also contributes to environmental protection, as cleaning equipment in the orchard helps reduce waste and save energy during transportation. The harvesting process not only reflects technological advancement, but also symbolizes the dedication in American agriculture, delivering delicious, high-quality pecans to consumers. After being harvested, the pecans begin their journey at the processing plant. This is where a series of careful and precise steps take place to ensure that each nut meets the highest quality standards before reaching the consumer. The pecans are poured into a receiving pit, where they are collected to begin the preliminary cleaning process. From here, the nuts are transferred to a conveyor belt, passing through air blowers and vibrating screens. These machines help remove larger impurities like branches, dry leaves, and dirt that may have stuck to the nuts during harvesting. This cleaning step is crucial for eliminating unwanted materials before the nuts proceed to more detailed processing stages. Next, the pecans are placed in a high-powered vacuum machine, aspirator. This machine uses strong airflow to remove light dry shell fragments, dust, and any small particles that may remain. As a result, the pecans are cleaned almost completely, preparing them for the important next step of sterilization. After cleaning, the pecans are transferred to a sterilization soak tank, where they are immersed in a chlorine solution that meets food safety standards. This stage helps remove bacteria and contaminants that could affect the quality of the nuts. Next, the pecans are washed with clean hot water to remove any chemical residues. This step is essential to ensure that the product meets the highest hygiene standards. Once cleaned and sterilized, the pecans are transferred to an industrial dryer to reduce their moisture content. The dryer uses carefully controlled temperatures to dry the nuts, lowering the internal moisture to about 4 to 5%. Reducing the moisture not only helps the nuts stay fresh longer, but also preserves their crunch and distinct pecan flavor. The next stage is shelling. The pecans are placed into a shelling machine where pitsons apply even pressure from both ends to crack the shell without damaging the nut inside. This is a process that requires high precision, as cracking the nut can reduce the product's commercial value. After the shells are removed, the nuts are passed through a vibrating size sorter where they are categorized into large, medium, and small sizes for different commercial purposes. To ensure the highest quality, the pecans are placed into an automatic image scanning machine. This device uses advanced optical sensors to detect and remove any nuts with inconsistent color or damage. The nuts that meet the standard are then further inspected manually on a sorting table, where workers remove any imperfections that the machines may have missed. The final step in the process is packaging. The pecans, which have been thoroughly inspected and sorted, are packed into bags or large containers, depending on market requirements. Popular products include whole nuts, broken pieces, or shelled nuts. All packaging is properly labeled with information about quality, origin, and expiration date, ensuring transparency and safety for consumers. Pecans are not only a valuable fruit in terms of nutrition, but also bring deep economic, cultural, and lifestyle benefits. Economically, pecans are a high-value agricultural product, widely consumed both internationally and domestically, contributing to the increased income of farmers. Pecan trees also hold significant cultural value, symbolizing sustainability and growth in many cultures, especially during holidays or festivals, where they are considered a gift that brings good luck and prosperity. Additionally, pecans contribute to daily life as an ingredient in many dishes, nutritious foods, and as a source of valuable vegetable oil that supports health and beauty. We've just explored the amazing journey of the pecan, from lush orchards to the harvesting process and transformation into nutritious, delicious products. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you have any questions, feel free to share them in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to keep exploring more fascinating stories. See you in the next videos.